Hello and welcome to another video by Perfect Scores. This is Preetinder Kaur and we are doing 11th grade biology and the classification of animals. So far we have covered all the major phyla of the animal kingdom and we are left with the subphylum Vertebrata. So before going ahead, let's just summarize what we have done so far. So we did that phylum Vertebrata is divided into two on the basis of presence or absence of jaws. So the organisms that do not have a jaws are under this division of agnatha. That means the jaw is not present. And the other ones in which the jaw is there, those are grouped under gnathostomata. So those are the animals that have a jaw with them. Now this is further divided into two superclasses. One is Pisces. That means those organisms that have fins, and the other one is tetrapoda that don't have fins but they have limbs. And as the name suggests, tetra means four, so usually they have four limbs or two pairs of limbs. Now each one of these three components, they have certain classes under them. For instance, Agnatha has the class Cyclostomata, and this is what we've already covered in the previous video. And under this we have two classes, which is Chondrichthyes. This has also been covered in the previous video, and Osteichthyes. And under Tetrapoda we have four classes. We have Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and class Mammalia. So in the previous videos we've covered till here, and in this video we're going to start from the class Osteichthyes. But before we get ahead and get started with it, don't forget to visit us at perfect-scores.com and share and like us at Facebook. If you have any suggestions or feedback, you can give it at perfectscores89@gmail.com. And this video is made by me, Preetinder Kaur, and we are going to get started with the class Osteichthyes now. Okay, coming to the main features of this class Osteichthyes, you need to remember that this class includes both marine as well as freshwater fishes. The extra feature in these organisms is they have a bony endoskeleton, not made of cartilage like the previous class that we did, but made of bones. And it's an endoskeleton, that means inside the body. Additionally, their body is streamlined, that means well adapted for swimming in the water. They have four pairs of gills. Covered by an operculum. On each side. The skin is covered by scales, and the scales are of two types. One is cycloid and the other one is ctenoid. The air bladder is present that helps in maintaining their balance and buoyancy. So air bladder is also present in them. The heart is two-chambered with one auricle and one ventricle. They are cold-blooded animals. That means thermoregulation is not possible in them. Additionally, the sexes are separate. That means they are not hermaphroditic. And obviously the fertilization will be external. Mostly they are oviparous, that means they give eggs instead of giving birth to live offspring, and the development is direct. That means the offspring resembles the adult. It just has to grow in size, that's all. The features are exactly the same. So a lot of examples are there. I'll give you a few examples that belong to the marine ecosystem. You have the flying fish, which is Exochetus. Then you have the seahorse, Hippocampus. Another example in the freshwater is the fish rohu, which is Labio. Then magur, which is Clarias. Then you have the fighting fish, which is there in aquariums. Remember, aquariums are artificially controlled environments. So in the aquariums, you have the fighting fish, which is Betta. And you have the angelfish, which is also known as Pterophyllum. So let's summarize what all is there in this class of Osteichthyes. They are marine and freshwater both. And here are the examples for that. The body has a bony endoskeleton and it's streamlined with 4 pairs of gills covered by an operculum on each pair. Scales can be cycloid or ctenoid. The air bladder is present for buoyancy. The heart is 2-chambered with 1 auricle and 1 ventricle. They're cold-blooded with separate sexes and fertilization is external with direct development, and they are oviparous. So time to go to the next class, which is going to be class Amphibia. So the most common animal that we know from this class is the common frog. So as the name indicates, that means dual life. Amphibians can live in aquatic as well as terrestrial environments. The preferences might vary from organism to organism, but they have the ability to live in both habitats. Now most of them have 2 pairs of limbs. The body is divided into a visible head and a trunk. The tail may be present in some, not in all, but only in some it may be present. An important part of their features is that their skin is moist and does not have any kind of scales like in the class Pisces. So scales are totally absent. The eyes, they have got eyelids, and there is a tympanum which represents the ear. That is the ear for amphibians. Additionally, they have an alimentary canal, a urinary canal, and a reproductive tract. And the common chamber for all of them is known as a cloaca that opens up into the exterior of the body. Respiration is from gills, lungs, and skin. So gills, plus they have lungs and they can also respire through their skin. The heart is 3-chambered. They have 2 auricles and 1 ventricle. They are cold-blooded animals. And the sexes are separate. The fertilization is external. They are oviparous, that means they give eggs instead of giving birth to live organisms, and the development is indirect. Usually there is a tadpole stage that is involved from an egg to a fully developed mature adult. Some common examples are bufo, which is the toad. So that is the scientific name of the toad. Then you have hyla, which is a tree frog. Then the common frog, which is known as rana. Salamandra, which is the name of the salamander. Next is there is a limbless amphibian also that is known as Ichthyophis. Alright, so let's just summarize what we've done in class Amphibia so far. They have 2 pairs of limbs. The body is divided into a head and a trunk. Tail is there in some. Skin is moist without scales. Tympanum exists for the ear. And the reproductive, the alimentary, and the urinary tracts, they open up into a common chamber called the cloaca. They can be both aquatic and terrestrial. Respiration is through gills, lungs, and skin. They have a three-chambered heart with two auricles and one ventricle. They are cold-blooded. The sexes are separate. Fertilization is external and development is indirect, with them being oviparous. And here are some examples. So that nicely summarizes class Amphibia for you. And the next class that we are about to study is going to be the class Reptilia. So let me write it down over here. Class Reptilia. So the main feature of this class means that they are creeping or crawling animals. That is what the name Reptilia suggests about them. They're mostly terrestrial. Some of them can be aquatic as well. So mostly they live on land. Their body is covered by a dry and cornified skin. That means really hard and a little bit horny as well. They have cornified skin and they also have epidermal scales that can also be known as scutes. They don't have external ear openings. So that is absent in them. Tympanum is there, that represents the ear, just like in amphibians. And apart from that, limbs are usually in two pairs if they are present. Otherwise, there are some limbless reptiles like the snake as well. The heart is three-chambered, but sometimes it is four-chambered also. That is in a special case of crocodiles. Additionally, reptiles are poikilothermous. And snakes and lizards, they even shed their scales. Skins are shed, or the scales are shed. That should be the way I should write. The skins and the scales are shed in case of snakes and in case of lizards as well. Now, sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. And again, they are oviparous. That means they give eggs instead of giving birth to live offspring. Development is direct. That means the offspring is going to look exactly the same as an adult. Some of the examples are Chelone, which is the turtle, then Testudo, which is the tortoise, Chameleon, which is the tree lizard, Calotes, which is the garden lizard, then Crocodilus, which is the common crocodile, alligator, then Naja, which is a snake, that's a poisonous snake that refers to the king cobra, then Vipera, that refers to the poisonous viper snake. And then you even have the normal wall lizard, which is known as Hemidactylus. So let's just summarize what we've done under class Reptilia. They are creeping and crawling animals, with most of them being terrestrial, and they have dry cornified skin with epidermal scales or scutes. No external ear, but tympanum is there. If limbs are present, they are present in two pairs. The heart is usually three-chambered, but it is four-chambered in case of crocodiles. They are poikilothermous animals, and the skins are shed, even the scales are shed for snakes and lizards. The sexes are separate with internal fertilization and direct development, and they are oviparous. So that summarizes class Reptilia for you. And the next class that we have to do is that of birds. So that is going to be class Aves. So let's see what is there in this class. So the special feature of the animals in this particular class is the presence of feathers. And most of them can fly because of these feathers. but some are flightless birds. For example, the emu and the ostrich. Now they also have a beak. The forelimbs are basically modified into the feathers. So the hind limbs are intact, but the forelimbs have been modified into feathers. The hind limbs have generally scales. So the hind limbs, they have got scales and they're modified for walking, swimming, even for clasping. So lots of evolutionary developments have taken place. The skin is dry and there are no glands except the oil glands at the base of the tail. At the base of the tail. Additionally, they have an endoskeleton which is bony. So we can say an ossified endoskeleton is present. And the long bones are there that are hollow, that help them to fly better, and their weight is less. So hollow, long bones are there with cavities, so we call them pneumatic. Additionally, the digestive tract of birds has additional chambers. So the digestive tract has the two extra chambers, that is the crop and the gizzard. The heart is four-chambered. They are warm-blooded, that means homoiothermous animals. So they are warm-blooded. For respiration, they have lungs and air sacs are connected to the lungs to help in that. So air sacs and lungs both help in respiration. The sexes are separate. The fertilization is internal. And they are oviparous, that means they lay eggs, and development is direct. So let's just go through these features once again to revise them. So under class Aves, you have feathers, which are basically modified forelimbs, and they have a beak. The hind limbs have scales. The entire skin is dry and without any glands except for oil glands at the base of the tail. They have an ossified endoskeleton with long hollow bones that are filled with air cavities, so we call them pneumatic. The digestive tract has two extra chambers, that is the crop and the gizzard. The heart is four-chambered. They're warm-blooded animals. For respiration, they have air sacs and lungs. The sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. And they're oviparous. They lay eggs and the development is direct. The next group or the next class that we have to do is that to which human beings belong. That is going to be class Mammalia or that of mammals. So let's see what are the main features in class Mammalia. So the special thing about these animals is that they are found in a variety of habitats. Terrestrial, some of them can even fly, for example bats, and they can even live in water. But the most unique characteristic of this particular class is the presence of milk-producing glands that are known as mammary glands that give milk to nourish the young ones. And they have two pairs of limbs that have been adapted for different purposes like walking, running, climbing, burrowing, swimming, or even flying. The skin is unique because it possesses hair. There is hair on the skin. External ears are present as well. And they're also known as pinna or pinnae. Different types of teeth are there, not just one type. Like incisors, canines, these are the different types of teeth. Heart is four-chambered. They are homoiothermous, that means they are warm-blooded animals. Respiration is by the lungs, sexes are separate, and fertilization is internal. And they are viviparous with a few exceptions, and So we can say that they are mostly viviparous, and development is direct. The common examples for oviparous include the platypus, but for the viviparous you have so many other animals: kangaroo, rat, dog, cat, elephant, horse, tiger, lion. All these are viviparous and they give birth to live offspring. So that is a basic summary of the class Mammalia, that they have mammary glands, that they have got two pairs of limbs, there is hair on their skin, external ears are present, and different types of teeth are also there. The heart is four-chambered with warm blood, fertilization is internal, and they are mostly viviparous. So that summarizes the classification of the entire animal kingdom. So what we'll go ahead is we are going to do and summarize this entire classification that we've just covered in the previous few videos. So we're going to classify the different phyla that we have done according to different characteristics once again. So on the top you are able to see the different ways in which we'll be summarizing them. What is the phylum, the level of organization, the symmetry, absence or presence of a coelom, the segmentation, the digestive system, the circulatory system, respiratory system, and special features. And on this side, we have the different phylums from Porifera till Hemichordata. So we've just done Chordata, so I'm not including that. So let's study what is there in Porifera. Now, you know that their level of organization is cellular. Symmetry is there, but there is a diversity in the kind of symmetry that is present. The coelom is absent in them, segmentation is absent in them, digestive system is absent in them, circulatory system is absent, respiratory system is absent. The distinctive feature is that they have got pores. So those are the features of Porifera. Coming to Coelenterata, they have a tissue level of organization. The symmetry is radial. And the coelom and segmentation is absent in them as well. Digestive system is present, but it is still incomplete. The circulatory system is absent. Respiratory system is also absent. And the special feature is the presence of the stinging cells called cnidoblasts. Coming to Ctenophora, their level of organization is at a tissue level. They have radial symmetry, and the coelom is absent in them as well. The segmentation is also absent. The digestive system is present, but it's very basic, so we can say it's incomplete. No circulatory system or respiratory system is there. The special feature is they have got comb plates, like in jellyfishes, for many different functions, especially locomotion. Here are the features of Platyhelminthes. They have got both organ and organ system level of classification and organization. The symmetry in this case is bilateral. The coelom is absent in them. Coming to the segmentation, that is also absent. Digestive system is also incomplete. There is no circulatory system, no respiratory system, and the special feature is they have got a flat body and they have got a hook and a sucker. The feature of Astralminthes is that they have got organ system of classification and organization. The symmetry is bilateral. They have a false coelom, so we can call it a pseudocoelom, but they do not have segmentation. The digestive system is present and it is complete. However, circulatory system and respiratory system are still not present, and the special feature is that they are often worm-shaped or elongated. About annelids, the special feature is that they have an organ system level of classification and organization. Even in this case, it was organ system. The symmetry is bilateral. They do have a coelom, so we call them coelomates. Segmentation is present. Digestive system is complete. Circulatory system is present, but the respiratory system is absent. The special feature is segmentation, which is also known as metamerism. The special features of Arthropoda are that they have an organ system level of organization with bilateral symmetry. The coelom is present in them. and they also have segmentation in them. And digestive system is complete, circulatory system is there, and a respiratory system is also there. The special features are they have an exoskeleton made up of chitin, and they have jointed appendages as well. The special features of mollusca are that they also have an organ system level of organization. They have bilateral symmetry, and they have a true coelom. However, the segmentation is absent in them, but the digestive system is complete, the circulatory system and respiratory system are there. And the special feature is that they have an external skeleton that is usually made of shell. So that is their shell. The special features of echinodermata is that they have an organ system level with radial symmetry, and they are coelomate. There is no segmentation in them, and everything is present in them. And the special features are that they've got radial symmetry and they have a water vascular system in them. And the features of hemichordata are that they have an organ system level of organization, they have bilateral symmetry, they are coelomates, there is no segmentation in them, and all the other features are there. And the special feature is that they have got a worm-like proboscis, they have a collar, and they also have a trunk. So that summarizes the entire animal kingdom with the exception of phylum Chordata that we've just discussed in detail in the previous few videos. So I hope all of this was helpful, and don't forget to send us your valuable feedback so that we can help you and develop more information and help in education. Thank you so much for watching this video.